really, I think, the entire stakeholder community on this issue, and hopefully we've convinced you, if you were not sure whether or not the issue of sustainable development was a luxury or an imperative. It is central to the for Nigeria and for Ogun State. Again, hopefully we've convinced you. But I'd like to turn it over to the audience to see if there are any pressing questions that anybody would like to pose. As a gentleman right here in the front. Can we have a mic to this gentleman here?
Yes, my name is Tosin Odunfa. I'm from Okeodon in Yewa State, but in Yewa in Ogun State. It might be no, but yes, I do reside in Lagos. Definitely, the environment is extremely important. It's definitely an imperative. I agree. I find it extremely interesting that the Honorable Commissioner for Forestry is sitting right next to the ambassador for the EU. Now, Nigeria is the single largest exporter of hardwood charcoal to the EU. And the Honorable Commissioner pointed out that one of our reserves, forestry reserves in in Ogun State, has been reduced to 7% of its size. That is incredible. What I would like to know is if there's any collaboration now to see how we can reduce the amount of illegal deforestation that ends up in Europe. Thank you very much.
So, ladies, a question has been asked. I suggest that we deal with that particular question very quickly now, please, because we need to actually move on a little bit. If there are any other questions, please pass them to me.
If you want my opinion, I think that exportation of charcoal of Nigeria to EU is simply nonsense. One has to ask the question, why is it so? Why are those economic conditions in place that make those exportations of charcoal possible? I personally find it almost incredible. But I know it does exist. It does exist in the statistics. I know in the export statistics of Nigeria, those charcoals consignments are mentioned, but I've never seen any importation in the EU. So that's one answer. We are very much involved in projects aiming to improve the efficiency of the production of charcoal. You can
5% forest cover, we're less than 5%. We've lost 1% in the last 3 years. Charcoal is only one of the symptoms of not finding an alternative.
Overall development challenges that we have and the opportunity.
Ogun State has made great strides in trying to close the gap. However, as you can see, under the able leadership of the executive governor, he likes to push things all the way through until he gets a result. So, to minimize time and to reduce the time between us and getting some refreshments, I'd like to introduce the next session. And the first person that I'd like to invite up is the lead discussant in this particular panel session. He's a man that I know very well. I'm very mindful of his passion and his drive. He's the former governor of Lagos State. He's the current Honorable Minister for Power, Works and Housing. His name, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Babatunde Fashola. A big round of applause for him. Thank you. Okay, so our lead discussant is up here, and to join him so that it doesn't get too cozy, and too lonely, I'm going to invite up architect Olamilekan Adegbite, who is the Honorable Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure in Ogun State. I didn't hear any clapping for this gentleman, and I'm really not enthused. Okay. The other panelists are Dr. George Banjo, who's a transportation expert, which means that he's probably going to get here as quickly as possible. But while he's making his way up and while you're applauding his effort, I'm also going to invite, I didn't hear the applause for him, Captain Eddie